Far Cry New Dawn. Oh boy, guys. Far Cry New Dawn is better than Far Cry 5, I think. And I think that the story is a little bit better than Far Cry 5, maybe a little bit. And for the most part, I think the RPG elements of the game are better as well. And I think that if you buy it on a really cheap sale, that you're going to enjoy your time with the game. If you buy it for full price, you're going to hate yourself because the game has really nothing in it. There's a lot of cool, like, fun, like, bases to clear out, right? And the graphics look great, too, especially when you crank them all the way up, which, unfortunately, I could not. Even on my Alienware, I had to reduce them a little bit. But still, the game looks beautiful. But Greedy Waffle and I played this game on live stream on YouTube, and we finished it on Twitch the last week. And the one thing I gotta say is the game is a little boring. It's rough around the edges, and I think it takes Far Cry in the right direction, right? I think the RPG elements of, you know, leveling up your guns and stuff like that, I think it works a lot better than in the past games where you kind of have one base gun or, you know, a bow and arrow or something like that that does this amount of damage, and the only way they give it more damage is to get a perk to get more damage. You know, I like this better. You know, the way of doing things better in this game, the looting system and all that. And I really enjoy going to each location, looting it to the amount that you want, and then moving on. The AI in the game is dumb, and I think that it still needs major improvements. The one thing that this game really, really sucked at was dialogue, whether it be the voice acting or what they were saying. And you could not skip. You could not skip the dialogue, right? So, even, like, if you aim at the person and shoot them, or aim at them in general, they'll stop talking, and you'll have to restart the conversation. No matter where you're at, no matter how long the conversation is. And that really killed us a few times. You know, Nick forgot about it when we did it again, when we booted back up the game for the first time in, like, months, when we live streamed the end of it. We had done it a bunch of times. We accidentally would shoot them, or we accidentally would aim our gun at them. And, you know, it restarts the whole fucking dialogue, and it's like, come on, I don't care. You know, I just wish that they had allowed you to skip those things. If they allowed you to skip those things, I would have been completely fine with it. You know, I probably wouldn't have even listened to any of the dialogue in the game, to be honest with you. And that's how I am in a lot of Far Cry games, because Far Cry games, even though the villains are written really well, I mean, except for this one, you know, the dialogue from most characters is just like generic, dumb, written stupidness. Yeah, the two main villains in the game, the girls, they weren't really that great, and there's a lot of times where it's just like, you know, I just had a gun when I went into this room, but my guy won't pull out his gun to shoot these people. Like, they're evil. Obviously, they're evil. They're controlling the Highwaymen, which is like the terrorists of this universe in this world. And I can't just pull out a shotgun and shoot them both in the face? And then at the end of the game, they had the audacity to have you mourn a character that we knew for like 5 minutes of gameplay, right? He's there at the train when the train originally gets hijacked, and then he's there in the middle of the game because you're trying to find him, and he gets shot in the face. And they expect you to be like all sad, and these people are in the game are sad, and I'm like, who? I forgot what he looked like. I don't even remember his name. Like, that's how little they even talked about him in the game. Who? I don't know who. I really don't know who. But yeah, Far Cry New Dawn, like I said, it's better than Far Cry 5 and a lot of the Far Cry games I played. Only because, alright, we don't need another Thor one, Duck, okay? He got it from the other side. He got it from my second monitor. Oh, God. So, Far Cry New Dawn. Worth it on like a $5 sale. Anything else, skip it. Pass it up. Like I said, the RPG elements keep it going and keep it fun. And playing it with a friend, obviously, keeps it fun. But anything else, I mean, if you're a hardcore Far Cry fan, of course you're going to want to pick this up. But if you're not, you know, you can skip it until it's a really good sale. Like, Far Cry 5, I disliked that game a lot. Not only because it was a messy, thrown-together game, but because the plot was just so ridiculous. You were literally, in the end, helping the enemies. In this game, you're not really helping, you're more going against the enemies, which is what I like about the game. There's not as much, like, mumbo-jumbo bullshit, even though you do meet several characters from the last game. They're a little bit less in this one, and I like that about the game, right? So, yeah, Far Cry New Dawn, not my favorite thing ever. Glad we finally finished it, but it's definitely not going to be re-downloaded on my PC ever again. So, bye!